Hello everyone. Thanks for joining our Archibus webinar. This event is co-hosted by AFM Limited and Forida Limited, and we are very glad to invite our guests from Archibus, Joanne and Mario, to be the speaker. First, let me introduce ourselves. We are AFM Limited and Forida Limited, and we are a group of companies to provide IT services and BIM solutions to the construction industry. So when Forida focuses on the design and construction stage, AFM focuses on the operation stage. And also AFM is the only Archibus authorized reseller in Hong Kong and specialized in the facility management solution. And these are some of the clients that we have worked with. And these are the products we carry. We have over 20 products. Feel free to let us know if you want to know more information of any of it. So that's a brief introduction of our company, and I can feel that everyone just can't wait to start the webinar. So let's welcome Joanne, the GM and VP of Archibus APAC, and Mario, the Business Development Manager who has over 40 years experience in Archibus to present. Welcome, Joanne and Mario.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zita. So I'm going to share my screen, if it is okay with you, so that we can...
Sure.
Thank you so much. Here it goes. So I'm sharing my screen now. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. That is great. So first of all, thank you for the opportunity of participating on this webinar. Archibus is a great solution, is a fantastic solution, and fits your needs for sure. Whatever you need to do, we can help. And in terms, of course, of workplace and facility management. And my challenge and our challenge today is to demonstrate that to you. It will be great to get your input as we go. Do you feel that is a bad idea, giving us some reactions and feedback as you go? Probably not, right? So Zoom has a couple of features that can help for that. I would say that the Zoom, the raise hand on Zoom, that is one. So if sometimes you just want to put your hand up in the air, as you normally say, you just raise your hand so that we can see that you're liking what you see. And or even better, if you want to leave us a chat and say, I really like this, I really love this, I'm interested, just please don't feel shy. Let us feel that vibe and that interaction, like if we were live to live, face to face. So let's start with this. So why Archibus? The main thing is that we are here for you, okay? We have an unmatched support and services that is backed by more than 35 years of experience and really deep understanding of what integrated workplace management systems are, and actually in terms of the market globally. We are right now the most globally and widely deployed IWMS with over 1,000 customers in more than 44 countries. We have a sales force in many of those countries. We have a global network with technical capacity, with resources in more than 17 countries across more than 10 time zones, and we for sure cover your time zone. And our global network of local experts, as we like to name it, so our partner network, can help you configure and support your deployment to work best for your organization's local needs. That's it. We are here for you. In terms of Archibus, in terms of our board, our logos, as we saw, we have, these are just a sample of more than the more than 1,000 Space IQ customers that we have worldwide. We would like to highlight that Archibus is recognized as leader in Gartner Magic Quadrant, and we are highly rated by many industry analysts like Deloitte and others, or Dantix, etc. This slide just serves to assure you that in Space IQ and with our partners, we have experience in delivering workplace and facilities management, integrated workplace management solutions into your industry. What is this? The Archibus IWMS is composed by the following applications. So we can see on this wheel that we can cover all these 5 macro areas, from real estate portfolio management. You can deal on getting your portfolio in, getting all your leases, forecast the future, get chargebacks on leases. If you into the space and you need to manage better your space, we can have the space allocation, the chargeback. We can deeply integrate with CAD-BIM. You can manage your teams. You can do simple or complex moves. We can do the hoteling and desk booking that is really needed these days. You can reserve your space for meetings. You can move people around. You can get the employee experience to the most. You can create a digital twin from whatever you need in terms of the buildings and the built environment that you're managing. And then you can go to assets. So now you have your buildings in, you have your floor plans in. Now you want to know what people is in, and then you want to know also what assets are on those spaces, and then get a full inventory of those assets there. You can track the life cycle of those assets, and then let's tackle all the processes, the services that you will allow, all the maintenance on top of those spaces and those assets, track all the related information within that, like documents, alerts, etc. And then you can also have Archibus to help you on like renovation projects, on any project, because we have a capital project management module in the product that will really be useful for you. And the last but not the least, in case you need to mitigate risks, in case you need to tackle your sustainability and energy management, we have a multitude of applications that will help you, from your energy management to get your people safe, to get yourself prepared for emergencies, be compliant, take care of materials that are hazardous or waste, and even get a tracking to your carbon footprint. Really, really, really best in class, commercial off the shelf with the KPIs and reports. It's an integrated IWMS platform with a centralized database, so we can streamline and eliminate complexities of multiple IT points. And one thing that is important to mention here is scalable with multiple implementations approach. You can have these in-house, on premises, or as our preferred approach, on a software as a service. You can implement Archibus with this modular approach. You can start with one of these modules and grow as your need evolves. So probably it's the time to say, if you want to leave a chat or just raise your hand, do you agree that we have a very comprehensive solution that can help you in so many ways? So if you agree that, just raise your hand or just drop a chat, because it's a fact. We have a really comprehensive solution that can help you. So with that in mind, how can you stay up to date? You can use Archibus as a single source of truth. So it's one system that can virtually integrate any of your corporate systems, as you see, like any finance, HR, IT, whatever provider. You can connect in getting into information that comes from IoT sensors for occupancy, maintenance, whatever you need. You can get information that comes from your CAD drawings, from your BIM models, information that is leveraged by maps with integration with GIS, as read in Google, and even getting all your spreadsheets that transfer in and out as you need. It's a straightforward deployment from data entry to business outcomes. It's an open platform with a set of API and connectors to integrate with any platform, as you're saying, like it could be a software, it could be a sensor. That is with Archibus, the single source of truth. So far, we have seen that we are with you with a global force all over the world and locally in your region. We have more than 1,000 implementations and clients that have been with us for many years, some for more than 15 years. So the right choice, and they keep on using it. They selected that Archibus suite of products and implemented it module by module, and they keep growing and adding value because of that multitude of capabilities that we have. And these clients use Archibus as a system that centralizes their workplace and facilities data into a system, making their life easier and easier in terms of taking decisions and getting the processes done. Would you like to have a system like this? So any questions that you might have, please leave them on the chat, and let's now discover how can we enable you. So we enable organizations through our partners to do mainly five things: get better transparency, reduce costs, get a fantastic workplace experience for the users, improve your facility operations, and of course, really, really important these days, mitigate any risk that you might have. The first one, the experience. We have a fantastic interface that we call Archibus Workplace, that is a simple user interface and with a really powerful user experience. We can have all that process flow with your users, and it's really, really easy to learn. And it enables your employees to search for colleagues, assets, and spaces right from their mobile device, to request maintenance services for whatever they need. It really makes it transparent for whatever you need to book in terms of rooms and of tasking, etc. It connects your employees to whatever resources that they need. And also, you can, as I said, you can see these on your mobile device, or if you have these on a kiosk, for example, on your facilities, you can also use that. We will see a little bit in the quick demo that we're gonna do as we go. The second thing is getting a really good space management to track and manage with precision. With Archibus, you can centralize all your floor plans, if they come from CAD, BIM, whatever, into one system, and keep it easily updated with this concept of the consoles that we're going to discover. You can track the metrics on occupancy, the chargeback, and any other trends over time. You can understand how the space is being used by your teams, and you can streamline any move that you need to do if it is a simple or a complex one. And with that, keep your space optimized on a global level from whatever the individual seat, the zone, the team space, whatever the approach that you need to have into managing your space. In terms of maintenance, get an enhanced response from the field team, because we have a fantastic mobile app for service professionals. With that, you can get your work being requested, as we saw, by the end user, but then being managed or on a console for maintenance or on the field service app. And you can track whatever KPIs and outcomes. And you can, with that, using a planner, you can reduce the maintenance by emergency or by on demand. So you can get easily the preventive maintenance planned and implement that in the organization. And with that, standardize any best practices that you need in terms of facilities operations, and avoid any break or replacement or assets that are really costly for our organizations. You can do that with Archibus. Let's look into the assets. You can optimize. You can get the life cycle optimized of these assets so that they last longer and you can get a better return of your investment. So you can prioritize those assets that are high value because you integrate with the maintenance strategy. You avoid the replacements. You reduce the assets that are underused. Sometimes we have assets that are either on warehouses or that are not used as much, but because we can build this twin model, this twin approach to say, every information that I have physically, I can have a twin in the digital world. So I have this twin model with Archibus. I can easily detect what are the assets that are not being used, because every information is available here. And we can get the schedules in order in terms of depreciation, and we can easily understand the condition, the status, and the overall costs and the impact this has on my organization in terms of the life cycle of my assets. The last but not the least, is how to mitigate risks. Not only Archibus, you can deal with the health and safety, you can be prepared for emergencies, you can deal with hazardous materials and wastes, you can ensure that you are compliant to any legal or standard important important for your business, to your day-to-day life in terms of your business. You can even measure and track your company carbon footprint with Archibus. But we can do, and as the screens that here show, we created a great solution to help you mitigate the risks and get back to work. So with this in mind, we are going now to do a quick Archibus demo. And if you see something that might be interesting to you, please consider that you can request to our partner a one more in-depth demo to cover your specific needs. You will see Archibus in the following layers. So we will see first the front-end interface, so the Archibus workplace for the workplace user. Then we'll see the back-end interface with the home pages, the console approach, and the reporting. If everything is okay, let's dive into the product. So, as you see here, this is the Archibus interface on a mobile device. So I can change just a simulation here, for example, to a new iPhone. So fully integrated. Let's log in into my device. And the first thing that the user sees on this interface is a catalog of services. On the Archibus Workplace, we give the user, the end user, a catalog of services based on his role and based on his location. This catalog of services is fully configurable and adaptable and customized to your look and feel of your organization. And also the catalog here, it depends on the services that you in your organization deploy. So you can have like a request for a meeting space booking, for a workspace. You can find a person, a room or equipment, move request. You can get general maintenance in whatever service you need. So let's see, and you also see these from the different devices that you need. Okay, so let's see, I'm on my iPad and I need to get a meeting space booking. I can easily get access to the rooms. I can see how many seats do I need. As it goes, it filters the available rooms based on my requests. I need to have coffee and tea maker there, so it can show me those that have that available, or a conference phone. I can just click there, click on book, and based on that, I can see any other information that is available. So let me just get back here. So again, let's book this one. The images on this one are missing, no problem. I can just go ahead and hit next. I can select there. This is a sales meeting. And I can just go and move. So we can also book a workspace. On booking a workspace, that is something that is really important these days. We can get safely booking a meeting space, but then I'm booking a meeting space, but I need also to have book a space because I'm going to work on that day on the office. And right now with the type of hybrid approach, we can have easily with Archibus the approach to say, yeah, book the meeting, but now I want to book a work spot to work. So I can just click on the work spot, click on book. I can book to myself or to another person, for example, for a visitor, etc. And I can just click for myself, and I can click on book. And by clicking that, it's successfully booked. So now I go to main. I can see here my reservations, my workspace reservations. When I log in, I can do a quick health check in case my company demands that I need to ensure that I've been vaccinated or that I have my COVID test. There's an health check that I can do. This could be configured based on the things that you need to do. If I can confirm, I now can check in if I'm going to the office. So really, really straightforward, not a lot of clicks. And with that, you can get the things done. You can easily get also information about where people are sitting, or I need to know where the closest printer is available. So I can see that, and I can see all that information on the flow. So not only I can get a self-service environment to get maintenance in for the types of maintenance that I need. This is the interface that will work on your employees, your users' mobile device, and will enable them to get all the information that they need, to get the services, to get the requests, and to get the information that they need for their daily job. This is the Archibus Workplace interface. Now, as a manager, we got all these requests, and now we need to see the back office. So on the back office, as a manager or as an administrator of a certain process, a process manager, I log into Archibus, and with Archibus, I would like to highlight a couple of things here. First is that you have this Archibus homepage approach. There's the menu with all the things. I'm just going to hide this for now. But this homepage is really fantastic because this can be developed for your needs, for your role needs. It can have a summary of information of your buildings, the alerts, any metrics that are important for you. And these homepages can be really, really adapted and configured to what you need. I'm going to show you another one. This is what we call the dynamic workplace. And this on the dynamic workplace, guess what? I have all the alerts for the things that I need to do. I have the dynamic workplace metrics with the metrics that are important for my daily job, any important things that I need to track, KPIs that I need to track, and then buckets with just the features that I need to do for my role, for my daily job. I don't need to go to the menu. They are here. And in case of in this demo, in the case of the back to work approach, these are the buckets that ensure that you have everything for your back to work. You can mark employees to return to work. You can get access to the space console that we'll see in a little bit. You can get access to the workplace if you want to request. You can get some reports in terms of utilization by department, room capacity, etc. You can manage your maintenance because you probably need to clean, you need to ensure the quality of your space. You can see the assets that you have there. We can manage a condition assessment so that you can see if your facilities are ready with all the things needed for the back to work. You can prepare yourself for emergencies by quickly locating a staff member, seeing egress and occupancy plans, ensuring that you have all the contacts, emergency contacts for your employees, and even track incidents. Ensure, for example, that your employees have all the personal protective equipment there available, that they did the medical tests, that they went to the training so that they know what to do in case of problems for example, for COVID. So as you see here, a ton of functionalities really aligned to the process that you need to do. Let's just look at one thing here that is important, because when you click on each one of these things, you'll get access to a console that will help you manage anything that is related to that. So if I'm a space manager, I want to have a one-stop shop, let's call it like that, to manage my space. So here we have the space console. I can just go and, for example, on filter and select the building that I want to see, or I can just go there and select that. So I just filtered to the floor plans on the building that I want to see. Actually, this building is the one that we use to book a workspace. And now this information that is here is published from the CAD drawing or the BIM model. And now you can consume that easily here without no need of extra licenses from CAD or Revit on this case. And here I can just see, let's see those that are available and sellable. And it's highlighting to me the spaces that are available and not sellable. Why are some of these not available? That is because of the safe distancing rules. And because this is a one-stop shop, I can check my safe distancing on this specific building and floor. So I just click there and I can see these bubbles that tell me if my space is safe to use or not. So for example, these ones here, they are not. So I'll probably need to just go ahead and select a few, edit those rooms, and just mark those spaces that are not used because of the safe distancing rules. So I just save, and just on a quick approach, I quickly declare that this space cannot be used because it's not respecting the safe distancing. And now I can ask someone to go there and, for example, put a sticker, and the other spaces can be used because they have the proper distancing that is available. But in case the distancing changes, again, easy. You can go to set occupancy distance targets, and you can do it by per building. Let's see for the building we were looking into. Let's edit this building. And here I can define what is my occupancy target and what is my safe target in terms of area. So I can say 4. And if I say 4, what you're going to see, for example, imagine that the regulation changed and you want to be compliant, but you see that now, because the bubbles are bigger because of the mandate, these spaces are no longer on the safe and compliant. So you need to change that. So it's just an easy way for you to adapt your floor plan, and with that, be sure that you have everything in place. So you can manage the space. You can manage also the assignment of people into those spaces. For example, let's look into the occupancy. And now I'm just seeing that this spot is occupied, but I can move, for example, John Ackerman, I can place him in a waiting room. I can easily move him here and say, yeah, this is where you're going to work. So we can easily drag and drop and assign the occupancy or the personal occupancy to your floor plan with no big problem. So this is just to show you that you can have a central location to manage everything that is to space. For example, if you want to manage maintenance, it's the same thing. I can go to the menu. I can see, click on maintenance. There are some shortcuts here for the things that you need to do. And I have the same approach for maintenance. So all my maintenance and services that I need to tackle, they are available here. So I can see them over, and I can get all the information that I need over in one single location. So we have this approach, the console approach, so that you can manage on the back office whatever you need. And it's easy to get to any view that you have from the many views, the many reports, or you can just go, for example, to the report central. That is the last one that I wanted to show you, and generate any report that you want from here. If any of the more than 1,000 out of the box reports that you have available are not enough for what you need. So we saw on this demo that you can, let me get back to the PowerPoint. Very well. We saw on this demo that you can have a fantastic user interface for the end users, that we have the great home pages with the detail that you need, the metrics and the actions that you need for your daily job. We saw that we have this approach as consoles that focus your job on what you need to do for that specific role. And we have the capability roles with Report Central, with many available reports that can easily give you information that is enabled with reports with space, like we saw on the space console. You can extract data to any system. You can extract data into PDF, into Excel. With that in mind, that you can get what you need out of the system, do you feel this solution could be useful for your organization? Take that in mind, leave us a note, raise your hand, drop us a line on the chat. And with that, let me keep on going. The best-in-class commercial off-the-shelf functionalities. We are always to the latest release with Archibus. The pricing is based on the area being managed and the modules being used. Regarding other services, they are delivered on a shared service approach by the business partner that you select and the Space IQ team. this is the base of the product. We always want our clients to be up to the latest to get the best results out of our solutions. Archibus SaaS is composed of modules. The base one module is called Foundations, and it comes with smart client extensions. That's mainly the integration with CAD and Revit, and also the ability to do bulk load update of data. We have metrics framework. It's really, really powerful framework that enables all those metrics that you see on the home pages. It comes also with the mobile framework so that you can enable your team with mobile access, and actually comes with unlimited users. Can you imagine? So complementing Foundations, you can add any module from this wheel, and also certified partners have optional access to what we call the developer portal. And with that, they can personalize your environment. You can develop extra features or functionalities or specific workflows. But take in mind that normally Archibus solves the majority of your IWMS needs, your system needs. And we allow a great level of configuration. As we showed, you can develop reports via Report Central. You can add even custom fields, etc. Okay. As seen before, you can virtually connect any of your corporate systems or other sources of data with Archibus, and vice versa. And you do that by enabling either the Archibus connectors that will enable you to do flat file connections, database connections, whatever, or you can use our available REST API with web services that enable you to connect with not only data, but also workflows. Let's see some typical connections. These are some of the typical integrations that we have with our clients requiring. One is like an IT connector integration that, or from the ERP, for example, or from Archibus, there's a secure FTP in the middle and you can exchange data and update bidirectionally or unidirectionally, depends on what you want to achieve. We can have flat file integration with data transfers into Archibus, and this allows really fast way to fast start the implementation. For example, with our templates, you can easily load your data into our templates and get it into Archibus using the data transfer functionality that we have on Smart Client or our web. And then we have the REST API integration. So you can get all the workflows from your client. For any other application, you can trigger, for example, a service task request into the system. Archibus has a unique, let me say again, unique bidirectional connection with CAD and BIM via the Smart Client extension integration that we have with AutoCAD and Revit. It enables a menu like you see here and here on CAD, here on Revit. And with that, all of your data that is on CAD or on your BIM model, or CAD drawing or BIM model, can be synchronized to Archibus. And with that, you can use information that you have from your build phase, your construction phase, into the operation phase. This is really, really powerful. In terms of hosting and security, we have our SaaS solution hosted with Amazon Web Services. And with that, we carry all the certifications of that infrastructure. The clients can choose as to where it should be hosted by selecting the Amazon region. So as you see here, we have leveraged the infrastructure from Amazon that has regions all over the world. In terms of information security policies, SpaceIQ is really, really committed to safeguarding your data. And in order to do that, the company Information Security and Privacy Manager developed what we call the Information Security Program document that we call the Information Security Policy. On this document that covers anything that is related with our compliance to security standards, to data protection standards. We are compliant. And this is just some of the certifications and compliances we have with our SaaS solution, from ISO certification for privacy shields to GDPR, data protection for specific regions, personal information. We are there. And one of the things that we like to highlight here, that these are some of the highlights on our technology platform, on security, on backups, on disaster recovery and business continuity. We are working back to back with Amazon. And with that, we enable you a really secure top tier environment so that your information, your system has high availability, and you can use that on a daily basis without any problems. So, as a summary, we saw about the partner. We discovered a lot of information about Archibus, our background, our global presence, our customers. You discovered about the modules, what we enabled you to do. We also discovered the solutions. We had an overview of the modules, of some of the modules, a quick demo on the back to work functionalities of that thing that really needed for many organizations. And take in mind that it was a quick demo, and you can always get the one-on-one demo with you and go into the specific needs that you have, your specificities. And we also talked about what is under the hood, about the technology platform and all the security details and how compliant we are. And now I think we can get into a Q&A session.
So let's answer the one that's in the chat now, Mario. Is Archibus able to automatically update BIM model with the change in assets, attributes, values, especially during assets management?
So the information that you have on your BIM model can be integrated with Archibus. And we can do another session on BIM integration, because itself it will be another really interesting webinar. But mainly what we do is that we can take any BIM information, any BIM category, and map that with Archibus. By mapping that with Archibus, we can bidirectionally get information out of the BIM model or into the BIM model from Archibus, because the way we get the families, the categories that we select from Archibus and from the BIM categories, how is going to be synchronized. And we select also who is going to be the master, let's call it the master and the slave, or who is going to mandate, who is going to own the data. If it is information that comes and the owner is the BIM, anything when you synchronize that is updated on BIM gets updated on Archibus. And the vice versa happens. Anything that you get into Archibus that then you need to get into the model, it's updated into the model. So we have clients that at a certain point have the BIM model, and on that BIM model, then I need to synchronize information, because then I need to take that BIM model because I sold my building, or I need to get that, so I can keep my model up to date with the information that I have on Archibus. So with that, you can synchronize bidirectionally. In terms of assets, those attributes can be synchronized. It depends on what you want to synchronize. You can get, I've seen projects where the clients want to synchronize everything. One of the things that we need to do is, in terms of standards, we need first to select what is important to have on the BIM side, and on the BIM model side, and on the Archibus side. And with that, we say, okay, this is information that is all important for operations, and I keep that on Archibus. And this is information from the model that I want to keep updated. So by selecting those attributes and the way we synchronize the data, that's one of the first steps. So with that in mind, also consider that Archibus connects many to one. So not only one model, but you can have as many buildings if you have them all on BIM. You can connect all those BIM models into Archibus, keeping them synchronized, and then on Archibus, see the information transversally from all the modules.
Excellent. Thanks, Mario. Can we understand what the license options are?
Very well. Great question, Joe. So in Archibus, we have two delivery models. The first one, as I said, my preferred one is the software as a service model. And on the service as a software model, you will use the Amazon Web Services infrastructure, and the modules are priced based on the solution is priced based on the area that you're managing and the modules that you're using from Archibus. So that's the SaaS delivery model. What we call the turn-based or the on-premise delivery model is on a turn-based approach, and you can have it on your environment. You can buy to have it on premise or on your environment, let's put it this way, and it's priced by number of concurrent users and the applications. So applications are more granular than modules. Modules are more comprehensive. They include more applications. So you can select the concurrent users and the applications that you want to manage. One thing that I didn't highlight that I like is that on the SaaS delivery model, you have unlimited users. So this is a big difference between the two deliverers. If you wanted to have it on premise on your system, you need to select the number of concurrent users and the applications. On the SaaS delivery model, you select the modules, you tell us the area that you're going to manage, and you have unlimited users. So mainly these are the two differences.
Okay, there is a question here that refers back to the BIM information you were just talking about, and it's what is the maximum size of BIM model your viewer is able to visualize or render at any one time?
That is a fantastic question that I don't have by Art. I can get back to you. I can tell you that we have been improving the sizing, and we are looking into better ways to integrate with other viewers in the future. But it's going to be a surprise. So what we have here is that we can connect with the majority of the BIM models out there. We know that we have some situations where the BIM models are built, for example, not for one building, but for like a whole campus. And we can get to some situations where we extend to the limits. But let me tell you, one of the samples that we had in the past, and we were trying to load into Archibus like an electric station. And we had all that electric station in, but because the distance, they were trying to put on the same model, the electric station, the piping that goes like several kilometers, and then the secondary station, then we were not able to visualize that. So on situations that are extreme like these, we have some limitations, and I can go offline with you and clarify those limits to you. But on every version, as I say, we have a quarterly update of Archibus on an agile approach. We keep improving these things as we find them.
Thanks, Mario. The questions are coming in very quickly, so I'll try and keep going. Another one on BIM. So how can BIM enhance the processes you just demonstrated, especially space management?
Well, that is a fantastic question. If you have, it's called the BIM to FM, the BIM to asset management approach. Is one of the things that is important is more and more we're using the BIM methodology and having BIM models to get my data with less flaws, having a more collaborative approach during the design and construction phase. But many times we get to a point that, like in the past, we were saying, okay, well, I have a fantastic CAD drawing or I have a fantastic BIM model, and now I need to manage my space. And I'm just going to do that on an alphanumeric approach, like I just load an Excel with my buildings, with my spaces. I'm going to load manually all my asset information into the system. That is a loss of time. If I already have that information on a BIM model, as for sure you will agree with me, you can get your space information quickly into Archibus just by using this connection that we have, this this extension that we have. You can plug into the model, select the building, and just publish the data, catalog the data, and catalog also the 2D and even the 3D into Archibus. So you don't need to manually upload that. You just use that, and it streamlines. It gets really fast in terms of getting. And the same for assets, because you have all that asset information in your BIM model. Instead of going and loading that information or extracting that to Excel and treating that, well, just go ahead and plug that directly from BIM.
Fantastic, fantastic. Mario, we do have some questions about Archibus SaaS, so I'll work through some of those now for you. When you were speaking about SaaS, what is the standard term that you have for a SaaS license?
Very well. So the term that we have, and probably I'll mention for the both delivery models, Joanne,
Sure.
the term that we have for a contract is a 3-year term. So what does this mean? When you are investing on a solution like this, we want you to get the most out of this. So we would say, get a solution, as we proved, average our clients out with us for many years. And we said, okay, if you invest on a solution like this, we have a term with you for the solution that you would use it for 3 years to get the most out of this. So even for the SaaS deliver or for the on-premise delivery, we have a 3-year term for the solution.
Beautiful. And just confirming again, in SaaS, are there any limitations to the number of users or modules we can have?
No, not at all. For the SaaS delivery, and this is one of the great advantages, is we can grow with you. We give you unlimited users. We give you an environment that is on the cloud. You don't need to be concerned with any InfoSec security, with managing services, with the IT part. You just need to, and then we can start, for example, with a set of your space, and then keep on growing in terms of area and modules that you need to use until you have all your environment into Archibus, and you can get all the value out of that.
Great, fabulous. And what is the normal lead time for deploying the SaaS environment?
Oh, that's a great question. It's gonna depend on a couple of things. Getting the environment up and running, the SaaS environment, that is quite fast. A couple of days and we have an environment for you. In terms of implementation, that is going to depend on a couple of things. It depends first on the quality of data, but that's the same for any IT system. If your data is good quality, if you have a good list of, if you have your drawings in a certain status, if you have an inventory of your organization, if you have an asset list that is complete, we provide some templates. The partner provides some templates. We can get that data into the templates, and with that, you can easily get that into Archibus. So the configuration, it could take a couple of months maximum, considering that you have your data, you have the consulting phase, the assessment and consulting phase of preparing your data running. That's the same on any system. So we can say that we can go from a couple of months to 6 months, the max, depending on the quality of data and also the type of integrations that we have. But as we are deploying right now on SaaS, we have the majority of these processes already laid down. So it's really, really fast, and it's getting faster to just get, for example, a single sign-on integration, to get an integration using the connectors between a corporate system that you have. For example, you want to get your HR data into our employee table, for example, so that you can connect with the users. So we can do all these things, considering that you have your data with a good quality. That is going to impact, but maximum, I would say 2 to 6 months, depending on the size of the project. Of course, we have projects that can start in a month, so it depends. But we will happily look into the quality of data with the partners, look into what do you want to achieve, if it is like one module, like reservations, or if it is a more comprehensive approach in terms of what you're trying to achieve. So we can look into your your needs, we can look into your data, and then we will give you a more precise approach.
Fabulous.
But it's really fast.
Yeah, I think this one may have been answered in the session, but I'll ask it again just for clarity. Where is SaaS hosted? And I guess where would the hosting be closer to Hong Kong, for instance?
Yeah. So we have, use the regions for AWS. On those regions for AWS, and probably I can just jump quickly into that. So on those regions for AWS, on the APAC, we probably have as a main one Singapore, but there are other regions available over here. This is something that we can discuss. And based on the availability from Amazon Web Services regions, you can select the region that is that better serves you.
Fantastic. And I have one final one. This is a great question. Are we able to ask for a trial version?
Oh, that's a good thing. So we normally prefer to give you, how can I put this? As a solution that is as comprehensive as this, we normally would prefer to first have a good discovery with you so that we can enable you with the right configuration for the needs that you have. As you can understand, if I enable you the full product like it is, there are areas that are really easy to learn, like the workplace interface or using the space console. But there are others that might be more demanding in terms of learning phase. Let's say a strategic financial analysis approach, or even a compliance management, or even there are areas that will demand more from you. So what I would normally say is, yes, we can always look into trials, but we'll first need to do a good discovery, have a conversation, deeply understand what you need, and then do initially like a workshop. It could be like a day workshop or a morning workshop with you, where we go through all your scenarios, to all your questions, and you can see if it works and if not. And after that, if you still not feel that that is what you need, we can look into getting a trial, or even getting a pilot, like a paid pilot for the specific needs that you have.
Great. Mario, thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation this evening.
Thanks, Joanne and Mario, for the great presentation. If you want to know more how Archibus could help your companies, no matter on the asset management, space management, or any modules, just feel free to contact us by email, info@afm.cc. So yeah, thanks all of you for your time, and we hope to see you next time, and keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.